Hey Busy Bees! Today I am in the Taste Meat kitchen. It is so colorful, bright, and beautiful. It's like my dream kitchen. But I am partnering with Stouffer's to bring you a delicious and nutritious, well-balanced meal. I'm going to be showing you how to make curry breaded chicken tenders, garlic parmesan roasted veggies, and a creamy Stouffer's mac and cheese. If you guys love easy weeknight meals, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe below, and we'll go ahead and get started. I am starting with my Stouffer's mac and cheese. You guys know, as a new mom, I have been super busy with the baby, so I fully embrace anything that makes my life a little bit easier. So I wanted to tell you guys about the Nestle Balance Your Plate program. It's basically an educational program that teaches people to create nutritious meals using both frozen and fresh food. So I'm gonna be making all the fresh veggies and protein later, but first let's go ahead and pop this family size mac and cheese into the oven at 375 degrees for 75 minutes. All right guys, now that our mac and cheese is in the oven, I am going to start prepping our veggies. Here I have a whole head of cauliflower that I'm just going to be using half of, and I'm just going to be chopping it into large florets. I'm just going to core the middle, separate them all. So you want to have about 2 cups here, and I'm using these beautiful broccolini. So I'm just going to cut them in half. And again, you just need about 2 cups. I have 4 cloves of garlic that I'm just gonna mince up. And you don't want super finely minced garlic because it'll burn when you bake them in the oven. And you guys don't worry if the pieces look too big. When you roast them in the oven, it'll just kind of caramelize, giving you this really sweet garlicky flavor. It's gonna be so good. Now, I have half a cup of Parmesan here, and I'm just gonna use a 1/4 cup for now because we're gonna add it in the end to give it that really cheesy flavor. And then to give it some freshness, a juice from half a lemon. I like to roll my lemon to really release the juice inside. All right, this looks good. And finally, just a little bit of salt and pepper. Now mix it all around just to distribute all our seasonings. And then I'll go in with a nice drizzle of olive oil. Beautiful. Give it another toss. From here, I'll just add my veggies onto my baking dish that I've already lined with parchment paper. Whenever you're roasting veggies, be sure to give it enough room so that they don't overcrowd. When they overcrowd, they tend to steam and they don't roast as well and brown, so I like just kind of spreading it out with my tongs like this. Perfect, this looks good and it's ready to go into the oven. So while our veggies are roasting and our mac and cheese is cooking, I am gonna work on our coconut dipping sauce for the chicken tenders. I'm gonna start with half a cup of coconut cream. And then to that, I'm just adding in 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard to give it a little bit of a tang, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce to give it that savory flavor. And then I'm gonna squeeze in about 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Some honey for sweetness. This will balance everything out. A pinch of salt, some fresh cracked pepper. I like adding in some cilantro because it just pairs so well with coconut cream. Perfect. Add it in. And then with my whisk, I'll just go in and mix it vigorously until it's a nice thick sauce. And our sauce is done. Let me give it a quick taste. It is perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside while I show you guys how to make the chicken tenders. So here we have our chicken, and then I have my materials to make the breading. Here I have some all-purpose flour, and I'll just add a little bit of salt to there for some seasoning, some fresh cracked pepper, mix everything up. And then I need my eggs because they're gonna act as a glue for the flour. I'm using 3 eggs here. Just make sure everything is scrambled together evenly. And finally, I have some panko. I'm adding in a tablespoon of my curry powder to the panko, and I'm just gonna mix it up with my fork. This is where all the flavor comes in at the end. So here I have a pan of avocado oil. I'm just gonna heat it up. real quick on medium-high heat. And as it heats up, I'm gonna work on my chicken. And first, I'm just gonna dip it into the flour, and you can work a few at a time. The flour acts as like a moisture barrier as you cook it, and then we'll toss it into the egg mixture. The egg will act as our glue to hold the panko. Perfect. And then it just goes into our oil. Now the best way to test if the oil is hot enough, I just grab a few of the panko and then I just toss it in. And look how it kind of rises to the top and kind of bubbles. Our oil is ready. I'm just gonna add my chicken gently so it doesn't splatter everywhere. And I'm just gonna cook it on each side for about 3 to 4 minutes until it's golden brown. All right. It's been 3 to 4 minutes and our chicken is nice and golden brown on the outside. Look how gorgeous that color is. So now I'm just gonna flip it over and cook it for another 3 to 4 minutes until it achieves the same color. Another option if you guys don't wanna pan fry the chicken is you can absolutely bake them off in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes until it reaches this nice golden brown color as well. All right, guys, I think it's ready. It looks so good and it smells amazing. I'm just gonna drain these guys off and I'll continue the process until I'm all done. And of course, I have perfect timing, so the veggies and mac and cheese are done, so I'm gonna grab them and get plating. All right, guys, our mac and cheese and veggies are done. I've already transferred the mac and cheese to a beautiful plate, and I'm just gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes while I finish preparing the veggies. Now I'm just gonna toss it with a little bit of lemon juice just to freshen everything up. And then we're gonna add a little bit more Parmesan cheese. I'm just gonna toss it up. I'm gonna show you guys how to build a very balanced plate. I'm gonna start with our protein. Of course, serve our veggies because we have to eat our greens. Nice helping here. And finally, our mac and cheese. I remember the first Thanksgiving without my sister. It was just me and my parents, and they didn't want to cook a whole Thanksgiving meal, so we went out and just got like rotisserie chicken, and I wanted mac and cheese with the meal, so of course I got the Stouffer's mac and cheese. And I love that it has real cheddar cheese, butter, and fresh pasta, so I feel really good serving this. There you have it, guys, our balanced plate. I have to include my coconut dipping sauce as well. Let me know if you guys give this recipe a try. It's super easy and it's perfect for a weekday family meal. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!